The place that you're going to get the best rates, the most competitive pricing, and the biggest rips for you as a broker is in the state of...
Lee, this question is from David. Lee, where's the best place to find pre-foreclosure houses, sheriff sales, and houses before they go to auction?
Okay, so the question was, where do we find pre-foreclosure, pre-what?
Pre-sheriff sale.
Pre-sheriff and pre-tax sale, right?
Auction, pre-auction.
Or pre-auction. Okay, David, excellent question. And this is true in all 50 states. All of these, David, are public record, okay? Now, here's the only nuance. We have non-judicial foreclosure states, and we have judicial foreclosure states, okay? Now, it's pretty simple to break it down. What's the root word of judicial? Judge. In a judicial state, it has to go through the courthouse. So your foreclosure notices are going to be found at the county courthouse. Now, most of these notices are online, so you can just go to the county courthouse and you can click on the button and it's public notices, okay? Look under public notices, and what you're looking for specifically is what's called a lis pendens. Okay? Lis pendens is a Latin term which means lien pending. That's all it means, lien pending. In a judicial foreclosure market, the bank has to sue the homeowner. So the bank is the plaintiff, the homeowner is the defendant, and it goes through the judicial foreclosure process. So the notice of foreclosure is a docket where they are filing a lawsuit from the bank against the homeowner, okay? Now, something interesting, and I'm going to do my best, and this is going to be a very poor drawing of the United States of America. How did I do? What do you guys think? Is that
amazing? I think we did shit on the maps.
Just to give you guys your bearings, just so you know where I'm at, this is the Gulf of America down here, or Mexico, just so we don't offend, okay? But this is obviously the southern portion. Now, when we settled, when the first pilgrims came to America, they landed up here in Boston area, okay, New England, and this is where they began to settle. Well, when they came over here from Britain, they brought all of the old Latin, okay, the old way of doing things, the old way of suing people and getting attorneys involved. That's how the whole eastern part of the country was formed. But as we started our westward expansion, the people who were trying to develop the West needed investors from the East to invest money into the West. Well, the problem was, if I invested money into real estate development on the West Coast, it takes on average, a judicial foreclosure takes on average anywhere from 18 to 24 months to foreclose. So if you live on any side of the east part of the country and I lend you money and you don't pay me, it's going to take me 18 to 24 months to get my money back. So in an effort to encourage investing into the Western expansion of the United States of America, they came up with this non-judicial process where I could foreclose and it would take on average 4 to 6 months, which is why most of your Western states, and by West I mean west of Minneapolis, St. Louis, okay, the Great Arch, the entryway into the West, as they were coming into the Western expansion, this all became a notice of default state where I could foreclose and get my money back in 4 to 6 months. So now imagine I'm a I'm an oil baron in the late 1800s and I've got millions of dollars. Do I invest millions of dollars into properties on the East Coast where if they don't pay me back, it's going to take me 2 years to get my money? Or do I invest into the Western states where if they don't pay me, I can get my money back in 4 to 6 months? Said differently, I can increase or grow my wealth 400% faster investing in Western markets than in Eastern markets. Now, we do have now Eastern states like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, that have changed their laws to a non-judicial foreclosure process. The problem is in states like Illinois, Illinois has one attorney for every 100 people. It is the most litigious country in the world. And I say country. It's the most litigious state in the world, the state of Illinois. And who writes the laws? Attorneys. Now, do you think that attorneys make more money in judicial foreclosure or non-judicial foreclosure? Of course, the answer is judicial. It costs me 3 times more to foreclose judicially than it does to foreclose non-judicially. Okay. Now, the non-judicial process does not require me to sue anybody. I don't have to hire an attorney. I don't have to go in front of a judge. I don't have to file any paperwork except for a simple notice of default. And the notice of default is filed at the county recorder's office. Which is also a place that you can go and get the filing through public record online, okay? Now, what you're looking for is either a notice of default, which will be under NTDS or DF, okay? So a lot of these systems are still the old antiquated DOS systems, if you can believe that, and you'll enter NTDF to get the foreclosure filing. In other markets, it's called a notice of sale. Okay, so what you're looking for there is an NOS. But it's going to be one of these 2 documents, and you get it at the county recorder's office. Now, why is this so important? If you are in the state of New York, which is judicial, and you go to the county recorder's office and ask them for a notice of default, they're not going to have a clue what you're talking about because they don't have that there. Conversely, if you go to the state of Texas and you go down to the county courthouse and you ask them for, or you go to the county recorder's office and you ask them for a lis pendens filing, they're not going to know what you're talking about because Texas is non-judicial. And Texas is the fastest state to foreclose in. The state of Texas, which is right here, has a 3-week foreclosure timeline. In the state of Texas, all I am required to do as your lender is to post notice on the house, serve you directly, and file notice 3 weeks before the auction. And in Texas, they have something called Super Tuesday, similar to Georgia, where all sales are held in that county on the first Tuesday of the month. And it's mayhem. If you live in Dallas or Houston, go check out Super Tuesday. It's a lot of fun, but it is really confusing because you've got 50 criers selling 1,000 houses on a single day in a parking lot. And it's held outside, there's food trucks. It's an event, so go check it out. But in Texas, I can foreclose in 3 weeks, which is why the cheapest money you can borrow is on assets in Texas. Because as a lender, I have the least amount of risk on deals in Texas. So if you are a private money broker, the place that you're going to get the best rates, the most competitive pricing, and the biggest rips for you as a broker is in the state of Texas. Because we as lenders know we love lending in Texas. And when we go to loan committee and your loan officer tells us that the deal is in Texas, I'm like 90% yes, I'm a yes, just fund it, I'm a yes. Because we have very low risk in Texas because it only takes 3 weeks to foreclose there. Okay.